Welcome back. So today we're doing something a little different. It's an intensely practical mission. Our source material is this amazing set of notes titled How Money Really Works. And it's less of a summary and more of a direct instruction manual.
Yeah, a playbook, really. It's designed to rewire how you approach wealth, how you think about value.
Exactly.
And this isn't your typical finance advice. The core challenge here is, I think, philosophical. It just goes right after the conventional wisdom we've heard for decades.
Which is,
That success is just about, grinding it out, constant, unrelenting effort. This whole deep dive is about unpacking that shift from being a hard worker to becoming a smart decision maker.
and it hits you right away with that quote, the one I'm talking about. It's the kind of thing that makes you just stop and rethink everything.
Money doesn't work for hard workers. Money works for smart decision makers.
Right. It completely flips the script on that whole virtue system we were all raised with. That effort alone is enough.
It is not enough. It forces you to reorient. It tells you your main resource isn't your time. It's your ability to think and act strategically.
And the whole system, according to these notes, is built on one single rule.
One unwavering rule: money flows toward value. Full stop. If you want to know where you stand financially, you just have to audit the value you're creating.
So it's about the problems you solve.
The scale and number of problems you solve.
Yeah.
If you're busy all day but not solving valuable problems, the money it won't show up. Doesn't matter how tired you are.
Okay, so that sets the stage perfectly. If we accept that we need to be smart problem solvers, then the first thing we have to do is plug the leaks.
That's a good way to put it.
Before we can even start building value, the sources say there are 3 things we have to stop doing immediately. These are framed as active blockers to wealth.
And they're not just, small budget tips. These are big structural issues. They drain your money, sure, but they also drain your mental energy.
Right, the very energy you need to make those smart decisions. So the first stop tackles what is maybe the biggest financial sickness of our culture.
The impress trap.
The impress trap. The instruction is so clear. Stop trying to impress people with things you can't afford. It's called out as a major, major blocker.
What's so insightful about this is the link it makes between needing that external validation and how you spend your money.
Go on.
The notes are basically saying that spending for status isn't just a bad financial move, it's a psychological problem. Your motivation is all external, right? Getting a nod from your peers, that temporary social boost.
You're using real capital for that.
You're dedicating real capital to a depreciating asset that gives you, a fleeting emotional return. It's a terrible trade.
And the opportunity cost, it's huge, isn't it? That money isn't just gone.
No, it's money that wasn't working for you. It wasn't compounding. It's capital you couldn't put into knowledge or skills or actual revenue-generating assets. The things that solve real problems.
So you're stuck on the treadmill.
Exactly. You're working harder just to finance the illusion of success.
Which brings us right to the second stop. And this one is about the epidemic of the digital age. Our focus. The source says we must stop wasting hours scrolling with no purpose.
The time and focus drain. This point is so key because it starts treating your attention as a resource. We'll come back to that later, because it's framed as the ultimate asset.
So it's not just about the lost time.
No, it's not just the 2 hours you spent on your phone. It's that you're systematically dulling your ability to think deeply, to think strategically. If your brain is always in this state of passive consumption, you're training it away from the deep focus you need to solve complex, valuable problems.
And the more complex the problem you can solve, the more value you create. So this habit is literally eroding your earning potential.
Absolutely. Think of decision-making as a finite mental resource, like a battery. Every time you're just passively scrolling, you're draining that battery on low-value stuff. It makes it that much harder to switch back to high-value strategic work.
So protecting your attention is like a preemptive defense.
That's it, exactly. It's strategic defense for your mind.
Okay, and the third and final trap. This is the one that really gets at the hard work myth. It's stop trading all your time for money with no plan to grow.
The time for money dead end. And look, the nuance here is critical. The notes aren't saying jobs are bad or that a salary is bad.
Of course not.
They're pointing out the leverage ceiling. It's a linear exchange. If you only get paid for the hours you put in, your income is capped by the number of hours in a day. That's a fixed resource you can't change.
So the problem isn't the job. It's the lack of a growth plan beyond the job. What should that linear income be funding, according to the source?
It should be funding the acquisition of things that create nonlinear growth. That's the key. Nonlinear means income that can grow exponentially or that keeps coming in even when you're not actively working.
Like assets or skills.
Assets, skills, systems. If you're just using your salary to fund lifestyle inflation, especially to feed that impress trap, you are guaranteeing you'll be stuck trading time for money forever. You have no leverage. Your current job should be the seed capital for your future value creation machine.
Okay, so that's a perfect transition. We've plugged the leaks. We've stopped the bad habits. Now we need the proactive stuff.
Right. The starts.
The sources detail 4 crucial starts. These are the actions that shift you from being reactive to being, strategic about how money flows.
This is where it gets really tactical. It's about building momentum, turning that philosophy into a system you can actually use.
And action number 1 is about getting brutally honest with yourself. It's mastering awareness. The instruction is so specific. Track every rupee or dollar you spend.
The every rupee or dollar part is what matters. It removes any room you have for lying to yourself. So many of us track the big things, rent, a car payment.
It's not the daily coffee.
Not the coffee, not the subscriptions, not the small impulse buys, but the notes argue that's where the rot is. Those small, untracked leaks reveal the non-strategic habits that are undermining everything else.
If you don't track it, you can't manage it. And if you can't manage it, you can't decide if that money is fueling growth or just fueling the impress trap.
Exactly. This isn't about being cheap. It's about generating data. Smart decision makers run on data, not on feelings. And once you have that data, you can finally move to the second action.
Okay, action 2. This one requires a huge mental shift. It's save first, spend what's left, not the other way around.
This is putting strategy into practice. Most people operate on this model. Income minus spending equals whatever is left for saving.
If anything.
Right. If anything, these notes just flip it. It becomes income minus savings equals what's left for spending. You treat your future self, your investments, like it's a bill you have to pay first. It's non-negotiable.
What's the psychological effect of doing that? I mean, beyond the obvious of saving more money.
It forces constraint. It's a beautiful thing. When savings is the first thing to go, you are automatically putting a fence around your discretionary spending. It creates friction against impulse buys, against the impress trap. You have to be more strategic with the smaller amount that's left over.
So growth becomes a mathematical certainty in your budget, not just something you hope for.
It's baked in, yes.
Okay, so this is where we shift from just managing money to actually building assets. The third start is the clear path away from trading time for money. It says, build at least one extra income skill.
And thankfully, it doesn't just leave you guessing. It gives a blueprint, a list of where to focus your energy.
It's a very specific list. The 5 skills it gives are sales, coding, editing, marketing, and investing.
And you have to see that list as a market signal. These aren't just random jobs. They're skills with incredible leverage in the modern economy.
Okay, let's break that down. Why these 5?
Right.
What makes them so high leverage?
Well, let's start with sales and marketing. They're the skills that move value. You can build the most amazing product in the world, solve a huge problem, but if you can't sell it or market it, you get zero reward. They directly monetize value.
Okay, that makes sense. What about coding and editing?
They're all about scalability, especially in the digital world. You can write one piece of code or edit one piece of content that can then be used by millions of people. Your time input has this massive potential for nonlinear return.
And then there's investing. That one feels like the meta skill that ties them all together.
It is. It's the skill of allocating capital. If you get good at the other 4, you will generate capital. Investing is the skill that makes that capital work for you. It's the purest form of smart decision-making.
So these skills let you make an impact far beyond your own physical time and presence.
That's the entire point, leverage.
And that leads us right into the final action, which is all about where to put the resources you're generating. It says, put your money where it grows knowledge, assets, and opportunities.
This is the deployment phase. You tracked your money, you saved it, you built skills to earn more of it. Now, where does it go? The notes give you 3 buckets.
Knowledge, assets, and opportunities.
Right. Investing in knowledge makes you better at solving higher value problems. Investing in assets, that's stocks, real estate, a business that creates leverage and breaks the time for money link. And investing in opportunities. That's using your capital for strategic bets that have a high potential upside.
So the whole system works together. You stop the leaks, Track everything, save first, learn high-value skills, and then you deploy the capital from those skills into systems that create even more value.
It's radical intentionality. You're
Yeah.
building a value multiplier. Every step reinforces the one before it.
Okay, so we have the stops and the starts, which is the tactical map. But the source material flags one thing as the absolute most important piece of the puzzle, the linchpin,
The ultimate asset.
the ultimate asset.
Yeah.
And that asset is focus. The instruction is startlingly simple. Protect your focus.
This is so much more than just productivity advice. It's the core strategic instruction for this entire framework.
There's a statement that follows it. Your attention is your greatest asset. Spend it wisely, and money will follow. This feels like the grand conclusion. It ties everything together.
It closes the loop perfectly. Think about it.
Mm.
If money flows to the person who solves the biggest problems, then the ability to give sustained, high-quality, uninterrupted attention to a hard problem is the rarest and most valuable skill in the modern world.
And every notification, every mindless scroll, every ad is trying to chip away at that asset.
It is. So if the world is engineered for distraction and you can train yourself to filter that noise and achieve deep focus, you have a superpower. It's the skill that lets you master all those other high-leverage skills we talked about.
So distraction isn't just procrastination anymore. In this framework, it's a financial liability.
An active financial liability, yes. It delays you from getting valuable, and it degrades your ability to make smart choices. Protecting your focus is the #1 strategic move because it's the prerequisite for creating any value at all.
So really, the whole philosophy is about aggressive intentionality. It's a constant audit of yourself. Where's my time going? Where's my money going? And the big one, where's my focus going?
And you have to ensure that all of those resources are pointed towards one thing, becoming more valuable, not just being more busy.
There's a stark choice there.
You are either using your attention to build your own value, or you are letting it be consumed by other people who are building theirs.
So if there's one final distilled message from this whole thing, the stops, the starts, the focus, it's that last line from the source material.
Don't chase money, become valuable, and money will chase you.
That's it. It just reframes the entire goal. It's not a race to grab cash. Wealth is just the inevitable result of strategically increasing your ability to solve problems for other people.
It's the consequence of becoming valuable.
So what does this all mean for you, the person listening, right now? Based on everything we've talked about, the skill building in sales, coding, marketing, investing, and this absolute need to protect your focus.
Here's the thought we want to leave you with. If money really does flow toward value, and if your attention truly is your greatest asset, take 5 minutes. After this is over, just take 5 minutes and audit yourself.
An attention audit.
An attention audit. Ask yourself, which specific problems am I spending my focus on today? Am I directing that precious attention toward learning one of those scalable skills we talked about? Or am I just absorbing noise?
Are the problems you're focusing on problems the world will pay you for?
Or are they problems like, who said what on social media? Problems that just consume your most limited resource for zero return. The very first smart decision you can make is that audit.